Come on.
Come on.
Come on.
Everybody in the chat.
Yeah.
Everybody Thompson hype.
We are
Hopman
here. Good that you're
hype.
watching to the weekly Assassin's Creed stream. Few things I wanted to say before we start. Yes, there's not a lot of news to talk about right now. We still want to do this weekly show because it's a fun way to discuss Assassin's Creed while we wait for Ubisoft to talk again. So we are going to discuss some things you maybe already know about. It's not new stuff. We did not do this yet on this show though. So I'm interested to hear Frankie Boy's opinion on it. Of course, this is a stream. If you want more concise videos, like a 10-minute going over all the news, check out our channels, of course. Frankie Boy, Fragnard if you're German, or the main channel here, or Assassin Raptor. So this is just a, hey, it's Wednesday, let's discuss Assassin's Creed. We had some technical difficulties, so thanks everyone for sticking around. And that is all I want to say. I'm not pretending to have news that it's not. But there are some interesting things to talk about. And, Frankie Boy, welcome. You brought something.
I brought something that is of high value and quality to bring to the show. I mean, yeah, as you said, we don't really have something brand new to talk about, but we have the awesome strategy guide by Robertson T. Hopman already out on Amazon. And yeah, I have to calm myself to not be like rude.
No. You can be. You paid money for this. So
I
we
paid
were
money
like,
for it.
maybe this has information about Assassin's Creed Shadows. Again, we don't have a lot of info right now, so anything can help. Last episode, we zoomed in on new images on Amazon from the official strategy guide. What is up with this one, though? Show the people.
Yeah, so, all right, we got this strategy guide by Robertson T. Hopman. And first of all, it's an alias. This person seems to be not existing. And yeah, you can actually buy it. Like, it's a physical thing. It is an existing product, and that's all the positive things that I have to say about it. Like, it's there. I mean,
what did you pay for it?
$15.
15
euro
bucks.
in my country. I think it's $15 as well, or I think 13 or 12 pounds.
Yeah.
It has a lot of content in it, 105 pages of stuff. And like they say, copyright by Robertson T. Hopman. It can only be used for brief quotations for critical reviews, and that's of course what we're gonna do, like brief quotations to be critically reviewing it. And the first thing about it is like, it has a table of contents. And
it seems legit so far.
Yeah, I mean, it is a table of contents, but look at this. Multiplayer modes.
Oh,
Overview of multiplayer options, competitive and cooperative gameplay. Tips for success in online matches. Unlocking rewards and achievements.
Wow.
It seems like Hopman.
Hopman
He really knows something.
He knows stuff that we don't know.
That is the Amazon purchase, of course. And it's crazy. They also got a chapter on the main story. On the story. And let me briefly just...
Yeah, read something. I want to know what the story is. Of course, no spoilers. Don't worry.
No spoilers. Walkthrough of the main campaign. Prepare to navigate treacherous missions, face formidable adversaries, and uncover the secrets that lie at the core of the narrative. While specific mission details may vary depending on the actual game, this walkthrough will provide a general outline of the key objectives, challenges, and memorable moments you'll encounter on your path to becoming a master assassin. Act 1. Initiation and Discovery. Prologue. The game typically begins with an introductory sequence.
Typically.
Wow! Mind blown. Setting the stage for the story and introducing the main protagonist. They don't even have protagonists in it.
Wow.
I mean, that's crazy. And
But give me a tip. What should you share the parkour tip, for example, or like the things we can expect?
I think the best thing is like if we go into multiplayer tips.
Yeah, no, okay, yeah, sure. You can share the multiplayer tips as well. Corina saying, no spoilers, proceeds to spoil. What did we spoil so far? Tell me, please.
Like, it's awesome. There will be an introduction and the protagonist will be introduced to us. That's content. It's just insane. And now imagine someone, I think no hardcore player will ever buy it.
I mean,
But
you
now
did.
imagine someone, like maybe the grandma or so, knowing, I know my son, he plays this game. It's called Creed Assassin. Maybe I should get a book for him about it. And then she buys it, and she falls for the trap. And that would be just a pity. So we have to get this off the platforms.
Yeah, we have to, maybe, if you're okay with it, I want to do a tweet about it, and then maybe we can get some eyes on it. You already reached out to Ubisoft about this one, right?
Yeah, I told Ubisoft, but they so far didn't react. I think it happens all the time.
Wait,
It
we
might
can
be the
like
case.
look on the Amazon Assassin's Creed Shadows. Yeah, I got it here.
Yeah.
Oh.
But let's quickly jump into the multiplayer thing, because
Yeah, I'm
multiplayer
curious,
wasn't
like,
even announced.
Yeah.
It was leaked, though, to have some kind of mode. We already talked about it. But they say core multiplayer modes, competitive modes, deathmatch, team deathmatch, domination, wanted, artifact assault. Like, that's insane. Co-op missions and co-op challenges. Like, nothing of this is confirmed except for the co-op leak. It's just made up.
I'm at the page right here. It also has 1 rating. I'm curious to see what this.
I had some new reviews after my video. I think there were like 3 or 4 new reviews after I made a video about it. And this is just pure madness.
And
And
this is. I think
to
you
be
can
honest-
get like. Of course, they did not use like any like Ubisoft branding. I'm curious if they can get like a claim
copyright
from-
strike
yeah,
over the logo?
Yeah.
Yeah,
Oh
sure.
yeah. Yeah, and of course for using the name.
That's
and
official
basically-
footage. I mean, that's not official, but yeah.
Yeah. Crazy.
And maybe this stroke here is also stolen. I used ChatGPT and tried to create a guide for the game that is not out there, and I said be pretty vague when there's no specific info, and create a chapter about the main story, and it was 90% the same. I'm not saying they used AI to it, but I'm saying I used AI.
Oh no, this is
to
100%
create a
AI.
similar-
I mean, I don't think you can come up with this. And it's 100 pages, right?
105, yeah. You have
105.
to generate.
I mean, you have to be a mental person to write this all down. Like, this has to be AI. And you also looked at Robert T. Hupman, and this
Yes.
person doesn't even exist, right?
He doesn't exist. He's like, yeah, the new Shakespeare of Assassin's Creed.
Oh my god. So Maya, thanks for the super chat there. Ubisoft help these men for some content. They are starving out here. It's so bad. They are now covering a fake guide. Yeah.
They're
that's-
now buying fake stuff.
fake guides. Maybe
On
we
purpose.
are Robertson T. Hupman. We created this guide, so we had something to talk about on this show.
I mean, they got some proper like some proper reach right now with all the advertising on your channel.
Oh damn! No, don't
Bad
buy
promo is
this.
promo at will.
Please. No, but I do think it will be a fun tweet. So
Now-
if you let me, I will post a tweet about it. I think people would enjoy that.
Now imagine that twist. I am Robertson T. Hopman and I'm just promoting this.
Well, you did a pretty bad job promoting it. I have to say.
okay.
Okay, so yeah, we are going to go over this Dev Diary 2. I mean, maybe you have seen already some parts of it. We already both discussed it on our channel, but we haven't seen the whole thing. Like from a minute 1 or a minute 0 to like the 5-minute mark. So we're gonna go over that. And I wanna quickly, I saw someone in the chat already say, oh, if it's the mech gameplay, I'm not sure what they were going to do, but that reminded me, yes, it was new mech gameplay. I mean, again, every new bit of information. Again, as Samaya is saying, we're starving. Give us some food. So maybe you have not seen this, but here it is, running on the Mac. Let's take a look.
Launching in February. On the new MacBook Pro, it has incredibly realistic cinematic visuals and breathtaking scenery. And
Yeah, I mean, it's running, of course.
the time.
It's a game.
Assassin's Creed.
It's a game. It
It's a
exists.
game.
It's similar to this one. It exists.
On the new MacBook
Yeah,
Pro,
I mean,
it has incredibly
it's Naue. She's running,
realistic
and
cinematic visuals and breathtaking
looking great.
scenery.
Like the swing is great.
Yeah.
Nothing too fancy.
The swing is great. So, look.
Did you see anything pretty new in it?
I was kind of looking at the overall fluidness of the movement, because I do think that this is like the furthest along we've seen the game, with of course the Dev Diary that we're gonna look at in a moment already looking a bit better than the first footage we saw. But of course this footage I think is from a way newer build, and I do think you kind of see I do think it's more fluid overall how she also lands, because we also had some other gameplay that is kind of similar, where it's kind of it's more stiff overall. We also have a we go here. It's kind of where she at one point is using the wee
Floop, floop, hoop.
wee whoop.
I love the sound effects. It gets me really immersed into the video.
I don't know. It looks a bit better, I guess. Hey.
Nothing to complain, really. Yeah.
No, it looks great. And it's running on Mac. I mean, this was gonna be a big Mac game, but yeah, they of course delayed it. Okay, we do have some other interesting news first before we go over the trailer.
Just one quick update. I right now returned this on Amazon, and I don't have to send it back, but the money was insta back. So yeah.
What? Wow! You know,
Everybody
for always
get it and return it.
Yeah.
No, joking.
Oh wow! I mean, they must have gotten like quite some complaints about it then.
I mean, it has a 1-star rating.
Yeah. Wow,
just
but
one-
it's
one
still
quick-
up. That is wild that you can still buy it though. So we do have this news. The Assassin's Creed boss reveals why the game was delayed, and I thought that was interesting to quickly go over. So Assassin's Creed Shadows delay was recently addressed by the franchise's vice president, executive producer. That's a mouthful. Mark Alexei Cote addressed the franchise's inconsistency in quality over the years and talked about changing that narrative, not just for the franchise, but for the entirety of Ubisoft. I think in general he was talking about Ubisoft, because I would argue inconsistency of quality. Looking at the launches, I could only... Oh, of course, we had Unity 10 years ago. Valhalla did not launch in a great state, but I think Mirage launched in a great state. Origins Odyssey launched in a great state. So this is mostly about Ubisoft in general and not just for the Assassin's Creed franchise.
Exactly. Exactly.
But yeah, during the BAFTA event yesterday, Mark Alexei Cote was able to answer several questions regarding the Assassin's Creed Shadows delay through an interview with Eurogamer. Cote started by acknowledging that Ubisoft's portfolio has faced criticism in recent years for perceived inconsistency in quality. He speaks about how the community wishes for more polish, more innovation, and deeper engagement.
I want to quickly get your eyes on one word. Perceived. Because I stumbled on it. He's not admitting about inconsistency in quality. He says it's perceived. inconsistency in quality.
Oh, yeah. So he is not. He is not. He doesn't really agree with it, but
Maybe. Or it's like top management said, yeah, it's not. It's awesome quality. Don't say it. But you can say some people might have perceived it that way.
Yeah. It's subjective.
I really stumbled about. Oh, and of course, quality is a subjective thing in some areas regarding narrative things, but technical issues, etc., that's not subjective. It's objectively, and you can really get it. Like that word was some. I don't know. It was some kind
catch.
of alerting thing to me, and I don't know if he really meant it that way to say, yeah, you guys just perceived it that way, or it's just like maybe he accidentally said it.
It doesn't change the fact that like what they're doing now is not working, at least in the eyes of the gamers, right? So that's why they are changing things. He speaks out about how the community wishes for more polish, more innovation, and deeper engagement. Did you ever, like, in your comments or anyone ever hear say, I wish for more deeper engagement in my game?
I think maybe the players seek deeper engagement from Ubisoft themselves, hearing to the community, etc. Maybe that.
More polish, more innovation, deeper. I mean, deeper engagement when they talk in gameplay terms is more like that you can really get lost in the world or something. That you have more to do. At least these words, deeper engagement, that is more like something, a business person at a gaming company would say, and not an actual player. But we continue from the games they release, which help them to be better. So, basically, send feedback, because that helps. That's what he basically is saying. Kote explains that by delaying Assassin's Creed Shadows, they have the opportunity to change that narrative, not just for Assassin's Creed, but for the whole of Ubisoft. Kote expands, stating that the upcoming game has the potential to be one of the best in the franchise storied history. However, he knows that being among the best is not good enough anymore. This is why Kote decided to delay the game. The playtest and feedback made it more clear that the game has immense potential, but that it needs more time to meet the players' expectations.
Just one thing again. He said it has the potential to be one of the best, but then he says being amongst the best isn't enough. So it then, of course, has to be the best one.
I think this also, once again, is putting like things he said in different context, because he's basically saying with Outlaws, for example, the game is pretty good, but it's not like if you are good right now, it's not good enough anymore, because there's so much competition out there, and people can play their live service games that are also the best, right? So you really have to come with like exceptional value for the money that people spend and for the time that they invest in your game. And that is kind of, I think, overall with Ubisoft kind of the case, where like that's also, I think, what people are critiquing them a lot for. They first, with like Watch Dogs, they were trying something new. The first Division, Ghost Recon Wildlands was kind of a cool experience. Like when you saw that first trailer, you're like, wow, I want to play this, because I've not really experienced this yet. And what Ubisoft is kind of doing right now, it feels like, is looking at the sort of quality bars that they set for themselves. They are hitting them. They're like, oh, it's a functional game. It looks really good, like Star Wars Outlaws, for example. It looks really good. It's in a popular franchise. And we have a great story. We have a 7.5 on Metacritic. Some people thought it was an 8. One person said it's one of the best Star Wars games ever. That is good. Release it. Let's go. But what he's basically saying here is that is just not good enough anymore. You really have to be like, people have to, like, word of mouth has to be, you have to try this game out. Otherwise, a lot of heads will not turn. And I think that is basically what he's kind of saying here. And for Shadows as well, this game really has to be, okay, sure, I want a Japanese Assassin's Creed. That's like a check mark. It's from the Odyssey makers. Check mark. Okay, it has all these things. Let's go. But it has to be even better than just that bingo card of cool things. If that makes sense. It has to reach like a way higher quality to get really popular these days.
Yeah, definitely. Totally agree. I mean, somehow players' expectations have been rising for the last years as well. And of course, we get better and better games, so everybody has to compete with that. And
100%.
100%, I would agree. They have to deliver better experience right from the start. And the problem is, of course, as well, like releasing a game in a poor state that really hits the fans, because like casuals, they're gonna get it 1 or 2 years later, but the fans, they are getting it day one, and they are experiencing the game in the worst possible state. So that's also kind of unfair. So
Yeah, and
you have to be.
Oh, sorry.
Yeah, you have to be among the bests. Yeah.
Yeah, and also those people have to be the word of mouth. They have to like kind of advocate for the game to say, hey, I played it day one. Sure, there were some things they could improve, but I really like it. You should check it. And I think that sort of story, like when the game launches, a story is like created and that will live on. Like that's, for example, what happened with Baldur's Gate 3. That game released, and because like quite some people played it and it was really good, and then it became a story of its own where everyone's like, you really have to check this out because it's way better. And then it actually grew and grew and grew because people were like, oh, I'm missing out if I'm not checking this out. And if your first story is, the game, it was fun, but well, it's not that great, then that I think will be very hard to change that story later on. Something that only a few games like No Man's Sky or Cyberpunk have kind of achieved, right? Where they kind of, they rised above the first perception of their launch. And with Outlaws, it will be interesting to see if they can reach that too. We know November, actually in 2 weeks, they're gonna launch a big patch, or in 2 weeks. Yeah, 2 weeks.
I mean, Outlaws is changing rapidly with the stuff changes as well, etc.
Yeah. So like right now for that game, it feels like you're not really missing anything. At least looking at the public perception, you're not missing anything if you don't pick up that game, and that is because they launched it in this state and because it did not have the things that they are trying to add right now. So it will be interesting to see if when they finally do improve the gameplay and other things, if people will, give it a shot.
Totally.
I saw some people here, Brian saying as well, like what Concord and Philgard did, and I think he's like touching on the checklist thing where, hey, we make a cool game, it's fun to play, it's this and this and this, but it lacks that kind of like X factor. Still, they put that game out, and you're looking at it, you're like, I've already experienced this before, I kind of know what I'm getting, and I kind of only want to go for the best of the best. At least, not everyone, of course, but most people are way more selective these days, and I think Ubisoft is trying to finally try to get above that, and Shadows
with that
has
narrative, you will simply get the game a few years later and like play it casually, get it for $10 or so, and then you're happy with what you get. But of course, right now players are seeking thrilling experiences and not just something they experienced a dozen times. And I think also with Ghost Recon Breakpoint, they showed that they can change a game over time with the time and make it better. They really proved that on that title. But there have been a lot of titles where they simply just I don't know, let them fall. But
that was still too late, right? If you think of Breakpoint, you still think of this flop that it was when it launched.
But they had great updates.
They had great updates, and I hope that, like, I think they had to do these great updates because now when they come with the new Ghost Recon, those fans will still be, like, they will be checking it out. I think if they did not touch Breakpoint, immediately went to the next game, it would have been way harder to, activate those fans again, to have them be interested in this new game. Because why would they if they kind of got a sour taste in their mouth from Breakpoint? Although some people that only played Breakpoint at launch will still have a sour taste in their mouth, but that is of course another topic. But bottom line is Ubisoft has a lot of proving to do, like other companies and like other entertainment things as well. Like your TV show has to be amazing as well, because there are a lot of great TV shows, but why would I get this subscription or whatever? Because you only I at least as for TV shows, I'm more a casual watcher. I only watch the best of the best, and a lot of people are like that in games as well. So you have to rise above that to get the attention.
Right now it's the time of proving. Like Ubisoft now has to prove things and promising things. I think it doesn't work after 4A game promises, etc. and all those promises failing us. Now they simply have to prove things, and
that's and they're, at least from what they're doing, they're putting their best foot forward by giving the game more time. Again, it's crazy because we said it before, but there's never been an Assassin's Creed game that has missed the holiday season. Like Ubisoft would have made, if this game was ready next week, it would be out. By the way, that's crazy to think about. We would, by the way, probably be playing it right now in a different timeline if it was still hitting next week.
That would be awesome as well. But of course in perfect state.
But they are missing out on a ton of holiday sales, but they are making the right choice. Because if Shadows probably launched in the state that it is right now, then sure, people would have picked it up at launch. People would have still picked it up at Christmas and whatever because it's Assassin's Creed. But the word of mouth would not have been that great. And then Ubisoft's sort of the curse that they kind of have right now, where where their perception is, oh, Ubisoft games are meh, you can skip them or wait for a deep sale. Like that will persist for way longer and also hit the next Far Cry, the next Ghost Recon. While if they release Shadows in a good state, if it's a solid game, and I saw Explain, I think, saying as well that it was fun, I want the times back where we always had content to look forward to, like Valhalla DLCs, and I think Shadows will bring that back. Yeah, totally. During an Assassin's Creed post-launch, Ubisoft, I think, is at their best in terms of doing something that other publishers are not doing. We don't see that type of support for a single-player game, and I'm excited to see what they will do with Shadows, and how they're going to evolve that, and that will totally help them. But we all a good launch for that is also really important if they want to support this for multiple years. If the game did not do well at launch, then you have way less people also checking out the DLC. So
indeed, yeah. But really in love with the content tail we had with the last Assassin's Creeds, the big last Assassin's Creeds, and that was the best time to be content creating. It was so much fun and so much to look forward to. I think that was the prime time of content creation for me.
No, for me as well. But we sometimes do forget because it was kind of dire as well. Like Valhalla would sometimes there would be a few months without any word on something new, and then they would drop a roadmap, and then it was, the new update is coming tomorrow, and in May you get the mastery challenges, and so there were pretty big gaps. But you probably are talking about Odyssey and our Origins as well, right? Where it was weekly, every week there was something new.
That was great, and totally looking forward to that as well in Shadows. Hopefully it will be kind of similar, because I think that's also bringing the community more together and exchanging thoughts and giving feedback. And we can also give that feedback then to Ubisoft as well. No, it's gonna be a lot of fun. And then people will even if we now get the comments where it's oh, you go live, there's nothing new to talk about, people will forget this. And when the game is out, I think these shows will be a lot of fun to kind of, hey, what have you been doing in the game? What did you think of the mastery challenges or this DLC or this new mission? And I hope the weekly reset is still on Tuesday, so we can play it on Tuesday, do our videos, and then talk about it with everyone here on Wednesday. I think that will be a lot of fun. Yeah, it will be.
Joe is saying nobody is buying this game, bro. Should we do a poll about that now? So Maya once again.
I did a poll, of course, on my channel, on the community tab, and it was 62% are gonna get it, and 38% are not gonna get it. So,
Whoa, really? Not even like later.
I was just giving 2 options, yes or no.
Ooh.
So,
Okay.
62%. I mean, that's kind of nice for my channel. I cover, of course, Assassin's Creed most of the times, but other things as well. So, I think a big part of the community is interested in it, and of course, that doesn't speak for all gamers.
No.
But
No, but I think if we do a poll during an Assassin's Creed chat, maybe only Joe will say no, and the rest will be like yes.
I mean, yeah,
and Iron Mine.
most likely.
And I'm not saying that you should buy the game, of course. Like, do what you want. I don't care either way. I know that I'm looking forward to it, and I actually cannot wait to... because now, especially with this delay, it's been 4 years that we get like a game like this. Because Mirage, it was fun. We had a good laughs. Weekend of fun. But I want...
In Bordeaux.
I want the RPG.
Yeah, we need the RPG to have hours and weeks and months of fun, of course. And yeah, I mean, I'm pretty curious how many of you guys are gonna get it in the end. Like, I mean, right now, a lot of people are upset about Ubisoft. A lot of people are upset about Assassin's Creed Shadows as well. But once it's out, I know you guys are gonna get it anyways.
Remember that boycotting Modern Warfare 2 Steam group? Wait.
No, but
boycotting Call of Duty Steam group meme. I don't think that's...
when it's $20. I mean, yeah, makes sense.
No,
in
this
terms
is like
of
this is a really fun. I'm not saying that people that are saying they're not gonna get it are like this, but this is like a very fun meme where this was like a member group on Steam, and it was boycott Modern Warfare 2. We want dedicated servers, and you see everyone playing Modern Warfare 2.
I mean, they just boycotted it to get dedicated servers, right? So maybe they got it?
No, I don't think they got it, so that's why it's
I'm
fun.
not into Call of Duty.
Like, a lot of people did not, they did not stay strong. They fell. They
That's
still
crazy. I mean, we've also seen it with the PlayStation 5 Pro. The price is too high, but right now everybody is excited for the new features either way. So
yeah, I mean, you always hear a sort of vocal one way or the other, and yeah, it's not the real, like that might be vocal, but that might not be the biggest group that actually decides on the opposite thing. I want to go back to the because we also have to break down the trailer. Damn.
yes,
We're already
faster.
Yeah. Assassin's Creed Shadows is the most ambitious and complex project for the franchise, featuring interconnected mechanics, narrative, and technology, while being released across a large number of platforms. With the delay, the developers can polish every aspect and set a new standard for the franchise. Wow. The decision will reflect their commitment to delivering an experience worthy of their players' time and attention day one. They are saying big stuff. Let's hold them to it. Let's hold them to it. And we will see in 100 days or something. I don't even want to know. It's way too long. But we luckily, thanks to Ubisoft China, shout out to Ubisoft China, got the second dev diary already. We already know what it contains, but we don't know what they say. We don't know, right?
I don't know what they say. Do you know what they say?
No, we're gonna find out right now. Does anyone know what they... Did anyone, let me know in the chat, watch the second dev diary?
I mean, I watched it, but I don't know, still don't know what they say.
Okay. Why can we still not pre-order the game, Joseph? That's a good question. We don't know. Let's see. We go to Somaya. You're pushing 40 and still yapping about video games. Wild. This is false, fake news. I mean, when are you pushing 40?
With 31?
No. Okay. So they did not watch it. There we go.
Some watched it.
Yeah, but not everyone. This is better than, like, I undersold it. Let's have a look.
It's gonna be extremely awesome. Wow.
Historically, in Assassin's Creed, we always favored visual quality and very large worlds. And now we feel we've reached a point with the current technology where we can do more dynamism without compromising. It means more objects, more details, and a more believable world.
I'm really curious if they're gonna release this later. What do you think? Because we've already seen everything. They're still gonna release it.
I didn't hear what they're saying because we're on Discord, but
Oh, damn!
maybe you can
wait.
summarize it.
I can fix that because
okay.
I know how to. I can share my screen.
Oh, there I am again.
No, we're gonna fix that in a moment. You're a criminal now. You're a criminal now. Share your screen.
Mm-hmm.
Oh wait.
Looks correct. Wow. Yep.
Yeah.
I think it
Ooh.
works now. Yeah.
Ooh. And you're back.
Streamy extreme face.
If it isn't on this stream, I haven't seen it. Nice 53 nights.
Now I think I'm able to. Yes, I hear it now.
Historically, in Assassin's Creed, we always favored visual quality and very large worlds. And now we feel we've reached a point with the current technology where we can do more dynamism without compromising. It means more objects, more details, and a more believable world.
The setting is incredible because we have this world at war, but then at the same time as this war, we also have this incredible natural beauty of the world. It's very inspiring and it just makes an environment that you can really get lost in.
So far, it's still a lot of repeating what we already know. That was still, of course, kind of where we left the marketing cycle. But yeah, it will, of course, have some new stuff. Although, again, all the gameplay you've likely already seen in our videos. But it's still interesting to hear them talk about it.
It is.
One of the big things we did with Assassin's Creed Shadows is to push our dynamic world. We have a full season cycle, so each time you go to a location, it can be in winter, it can be in spring. So every time you look at the world, it can be different.
That lightning.
Yeah, pretty awesome.
You go to a location, it can be in winter, it can be in spring. So every time.
And that's also kind of cool. Of course, you said it as well, and we had X-Explain talk about it as well, where, I want new stuff to look forward to every time. So when you, of course, start playing a game like this, there will be DLC and whatever to look forward to. And what always happens is that, and this is kind of like a behind-the-scenes thing, but for content, we, of course, wanna... We kind of try and locate all the outposts in the world. So when there's a new weapon, a new armor set, or whatever we want to show, we go to these outposts to fight these enemies. And in Valhalla, Origins, Odyssey, it was always the same outpost. It always looked the same because we were never going to show it during dark, because then you cannot see the new weapon and armor set. But in this game, it will be really cool to, like, you will be going to these outposts a couple of times. I mean, Dennis, Joyce, and I will be going to these outposts hundreds of times. I'm not kidding. Like, we always record at the same sort of outposts that have, like, a lot of enemies. We try to vary, of course. But now in this game, it will be cool to have snow at one point. Yeah, have the sort of spring environment. Maybe a lightning strike or whatever. It's going to be great.
You look at the world,
Yeah.
it can be different, and it's
Making the
ongoing as you
videos
progress
dynamic.
in the game.
We knew that we needed to improve the weather systems. So now we support very strong winds, different type of rains, and the environment is also affected.
In terms of level design approach, it's a bit different because you need to think about the setup in different contexts. What if it's raining? What if it's winter? So how can we affect the game?
That slippery lake.
Yeah, I love that. That
Also
is
a great scene.
That is really the first time that we're seeing what they have been talking about for all these months, right? Where it was always, oh, if it's winter, you cannot you cannot swim.
The setup
And now we
in
finally see
different
it.
contexts. What if it's raining? What if it's winter? So how can we affect the
That just
gameplay?
looks great.
If you're going
Do you think
I think
Yasuke is able to also slide? Do you think he breaks through the ice? Probably not.
I mean,
right?
I can totally imagine him breaking through. It
Really?
will, of course, depend on the thickness of the ice. I don't know. Maybe they will even differentiate a freshly frozen lake from a hard frozen deep winter one, but I don't think so.
No, I don't think. I think that would make things too complicated, and that would really
Yeah.
hurt Yasuke as a player because then winter is like it sucks.
Why would you pick him anyways then? Yeah.
on the roofs, you can see like ice falling and creating noise. You can see a pond that is completely frozen, so you cannot hide inside. So things like that will shuffle how you approach your setup.
Leaving traces in the snow.
So we have a
But
new
we already
facial,
learned you
animation
can't, or
system
enemies
based-
can't follow these footsteps in the snow to track us.
Did we? Yeah, I thought we had like different. One time it was they said that they could, and the other time.
Yeah, we had some different info on that.
Yeah.
That was.
Hmm.
Let's see how it really turns out in the game. I think.
Yeah, exactly.
It's done
I love
4D,
the capturing setup, by
performance
the way.
structure.
That just
Yeah.
looked incredible. All these cameras.
Yeah, we're gonna see a bit more about it.
System based on 4D performance capture, and we also worked on a new hair strands system for the characters. So this simulates every single hair strand independently. So what it means is that it brings the character animation closer to real acting.
Katana are known to be the sharpest blade ever made by humankind. So this is why we've pushed a lot our tech of being able to slice object.
So historically, destruction is very difficult, but now also with technologies like hardware tracing, we can have both destruction and a believable world at the same time. And it's very exciting because as a player, they can use this to escape from an enemy, they can kill an enemy from behind the paper wall. So in my opinion, Shadows is the convergence of the ambitions we had for the brand from a technological point of view, but also from the gameplay experience.
And that's kind of cool, of course, that all the things that we're seeing here are used for future Assassin's Creed games as well. And I kind of love the blood here. I know, I think in the gameplay walkthrough that we saw at Ubisoft Forward, the blood was not as realistic as it is here.
Mhm. I mean,
So in my opinion, Shadows is the convergence.
blood is not my
of the
priority, but I
ambition-
know for some players it's quite important. So I'm
Yeah, it's
happy
cool that they got the extra attention to detail. Like, I will turn it off because YouTube doesn't like it. So
Yeah, for sure, for sure.
So in my opinion, Shadows is the convergence of the ambitions we had for the brand from a technological point of view, but also from the gameplay experience. All this together makes the world more believable and more grounded.
More grounded.
In
Oh, yeah,
Shadows,
the music.
I wanted to let go of the player's hands a bit. So if I can reach high points, are less guided this time around. It just provides you with a way to look around the world and to find what's there.
yeah, we did not talk about this yet. Of course, we talked about it in our videos already. But what do you think of this this new approach to the viewpoints?
Now we actually looked at the screenshot from that
Yeah,
the
fair.
trailer that showed this scene right here. I think I'm still not sure because I didn't see how it really feels like, but it might make exploration more interesting to just go to these exploration points, sync points maybe, but not having the full overview of what is there. I mean, you can clearly see the castle is the point of interest that catches your eyes immediately, but there are some hidden ones as well. And I'm just curious if I will be interested enough to go to these places without really knowing what they are beforehand. I don't know.
point.
I'm not sure yet, but maybe it will encourage me to explore more because I just don't know if I missed something amazing and FOMO kicks in.
Yeah, but that depends on the type of rewards that we can find there. Like if it really, if it's pretty common to get a new weapon or ability or something like that at these question mark locations, then sure you want to try it out. But you make a great point where normally when doing a viewpoint you would see the Book of Knowledge or something else on the map, and then you were like, oh, that artifact, I will get them later. But I'm gonna get the Book of Knowledge because I want to get
first. Maybe you need some treasure as well, and then you skip the rest and go to the next viewpoint. That's like what I played, like Valhalla, for example.
And now it will be like you will be very close to the question mark to see it pop up. So then you're there anyway. So why not check it out, right?
Or maybe you can use a spy on that.
Yeah. That's of course what they will show in a moment here as well. But yeah, you only have 3 of those dots. Like they don't seem like unlimited and really easy to get. We don't know, of course, but I think it will be interesting. It's an interesting idea. They clearly still want you to go up on these viewpoints, and it makes sense that you can use them to get a view of the world. They will still function, of course, as fast travel points. So yeah, it's still nice to get them for that, which was mostly the reason why I would get them anyways. But yeah, that's of course a thing with all the open world games. What were the most popular ones in the last 10 years? Breath of the Wild and Elden Ring, and those games did not tell you anything. So I think that is really what they are trying to get at, where okay, people, it's okay to let go of their hands more. Of course, we saw the exploration mode already in a lot of Ubisoft games that you can turn on, and then it's like, west of this village there's a cave, behind this blah blah blah, and this is the next step to that. But it is, we will see, of course, how it shakes out. I think it really, because that's what Breath of the Wild, Tears of the Kingdom, and Elden Ring did very well, is that they did not hold your hands a lot, but also you were really rewarded for your curiosity, because okay, maybe I get a new summon or a new really cool armor set or weapon, and in Zelda you could get completely new abilities and stuff. Like, there were so many cool unlocks, and I hope that that's the case in Assassin's Creed Shadows as well, because then it makes sense. And I think Valhalla did, like, the abilities, finding them in the world, I think was really smart, because that was a huge reward. But the fact that all the armor pieces were in like different locations, so you had to get the tier armor set, or what it was called, like the helmet over there, the boots over there, and if you would complete a puzzle that took you like 10 minutes or whatever, and then you got the boots for this armor set you're not interested in, and you're like, so yeah, that's kind of an issue, of course.
Yeah, definitely. Also opens up more possibilities for content creation. And I think like Elden Ring had crazy content up on the web. Everybody was seeking for guides because everybody was in trouble in some points. And that, of course, also amplified the word of mouth about that game, because everybody was getting these guides recommended and seeing Elden Ring popping up everywhere on the web. So might also be smart to not make it too easy to encourage content creation.
Yeah, for our videos it will be nice, because we will be able to still point you in the right directions if you want to, of course. But we will see. Like, and I think overall, if you play this game for a long time, you will kind of get a feel for what the question mark will likely be. Like, I think the one that we see over here is like the other viewpoint, right? So this might be a chest inside the castle, and maybe this is like an entrance point, like one of those basements or something that you can enter to get into this building. So maybe at one point when you climb up, you will be like, okay, that's probably that. Okay, that might be an ability or whatever, because I see from the distance. So that could be a cool way to go about it as well.
Yeah, sure. Might be the case, so that you are like learning how the game is built and then anticipating what might be behind
Yeah.
those question marks.
For
Good
sure.
point.
And Uba said, Khan, and I hope I pronounced your name, I probably butchered it, I'm sorry for that. In the settings, if there's guided exploration and unguided, so maybe if we set it to guided, then maybe instead of question marks, it will be symbols. So far,
Maybe.
it doesn't seem to be that's what they... Because, yeah, I don't know, I do think then people will just revert it back, because they like... People always like it the old way, they think. But I think it's smart to push them... Like... I think it's smart to launch with only this system, and then if the feedback is really like, okay, we prefer the old system, then it would, I think, be cool to add like a setting to change that for future DLC and stuff. But I think it's good to, push this first, because otherwise people will not try it, I think, if you... Like, that's what I did. Like, I immediately went to the guided mode, because I did not like all these fake... Oh, this lady in the back of the town on Tuesday is crying in her... I don't care about that. I just want to see an icon on this. I will just go there and get my strategy and stuff elsewhere. So they are releasing an official strategy guide for Shadows, which is perfect for people like me who can feel overwhelmed without some guidance. Yeah, if you're joining later, Fragnard, you have the guide already, right? Show them. Can you read one more sentence? One more sentence.
One
and then
sentence.
And then we will continue with this. Give us one more sentence.
Oh, this sentence has to be awesome.
Joe is saying, Joe, the person who was not gonna buy AC, said AC should not be open world. Then you're basically saying AC should be a completely different game. I'm not sure what you're talking about.
Connection to the wider Assassin's Creed universe. While Assassin's Creed Shadows stands its own unique experience, it's also intricately woven into the larger tapestry of the Assassin's Creed universe. This section will explore the fascinating connections between Shadows and the broader franchise, highlighting references, returning characters, and thematic links that enrich the game's lore and deepen your appreciation for its place in the grand scheme of the Assassin-Templar conflict.
I mean, this sounds legit. Of course, people who are joining later, it's not a legit. I can't believe it's out. No, it's not. It's
spoiler. They don't do anything of what they promised in that sentence.
It's not good. It's not good. It's a fake one. But what you read sounded pretty... I was like, okay.
Yeah, I mean, yeah.
You should read like a not the introduction to the topic, not right now. Maybe we can do that a returning thing, that every week we're gonna...
Yeah, I mean, I don't have to give it back. I already got the money back, so perfect.
Yeah, we can. Okay, let's continue.
Look around the world and to find what's there. Outside of this, we wanted to really bring this idea of the war for information. So the players can use their network. They can send scouts to look for specific objectives in specific locations. Letting the player move themselves, find themselves, put their eyes in the worlds, put them a lot more in the exploration mindset.
The way we do world building is to make
Specific player move themselves, find themselves, put their eyes in the worlds, put them
really enjoyed it.
Yeah, that's cool.
A lot more in the exploration mindset.
The way we do world building is to make sure that I'm at point A, I want to go to point B, but the way to get there, there's going to be temptation to go and look out toward other objectives. So temples and shrines that can be seen from a distance, or a path that leads.
Yeah, this is like a reward. What do you think is in the chest?
Depending on the size, I would say maybe a skill point or so.
An opal.
Or, of course, like a full armor. What do you think?
Yeah, that's
money,
a good question.
Yeah, might be money.
The game is filled with objectives.
Yeah, maybe it's money. I don't know. That will be our prediction for this week. I'm gonna make a screenshot. I'm gonna make a screenshot. We will and share it in our Discord. And then because of course we do predictions at the end of every episode. We're gonna watch, of course, the full thing. We do predictions, and then the person who gets the most right at the launch of the game. So we will be playing, At one point, we will remember this cave. If you're watching and you reach this cave before us, reach out on social media and let us know.
Contact at joraptor.com.
Yeah, or input at JorRaptor or
Yeah,
Instagram or
input.
whatever. You use what you want. And then I want to know if you opened the chest and found what is inside.
I mean, it's not a real chest. It's like
It's like a small...
a small box
Yeah, it's a small
or
box.
so. Is it even lootable?
I mean,
That's the other question.
they're talking about rewards in this section.
Yeah.
They're talking about
Okay,
you have this objective in the distance, but when you get there, you're constantly distracted by other things. One of those things is basically a cave. It seems like that they lighted some candles in, so someone wanted you to find this box. But what is inside the box?
I think the devs wanted to find it. Us to find it, yeah. I'm going with it's an ability point. I think it's risky and it's maybe not true. But why would you show it in a trailer and saying, yeah, the reward is waiting for you when that's just, I don't know, 50 currency?
I have an idea.
Okay.
I think it's a talisman. It's like one of
Oh,
those.
okay.
It's like that Mirage had as well, right? On the back.
Yeah, they are pretty useless, but would make sense.
Yeah,
Okay.
Yeah. That's what I'm gonna say.
So, prediction. Jordan says there is a talisman.
Yeah, or whatever they will call it. Maybe they
And
will call it
maybe a charm.
amulet or whatever.
I don't
But,
know.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
I'm gonna say it's a talisman. Gold.
Stefan says ability point in some form.
And we have X Saber Knight saying gold.
Gold, yeah, would totally make sense, but it wouldn't make sense in the context of saying, yeah, there's this big reward waiting for you. And then it's just, I don't know,
If it's just
currency.
because this, I think there will of course be chests where you will always get gold, that you always get gold from. Mirage had these chests as well, where you always got like tokens and gold. This feels like a more special chest. I'm feeling pretty good about the talisman. Because Mirage had these as well that were hidden, right? Where, yeah.
Of course, yeah.
Resources. People say resources. I hope it's not, because it's like too special. Why would you light a candle next to a box that you can find everywhere else? We will see. But yeah, we will find out soon enough.
The game is filled with mysteries to discover.
The game is filled with mysteries to discover. I don't think it's a gold box. Because and we're talking way too long about one small box in the cave. I know, but why, of all the things they could show, are they showing a box with gold in it? Or a box with resources? Those are everywhere. This is a special box. Necklace. Yeah, again, I don't think there are necklaces in the game. Maybe it's like stuff that you can then only sell, but I think it's something else.
Filled with mysteries to discover.
But it could be an ability point as well. What if you loot the talisman and get then also an ability point? Then we both win. If it's like
I mean,
combo.
that would be okay as well,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
Early
Because
in the
we
game,
just are winner types.
We got some activities. And read out loud my prediction from last week. Do you remember?
From last week,
Yeah. Or 2
there will
weeks
be
ago,
5 non-combat activities in the open world that reward XP.
yeah. Okay, there we go.
Nagato teach Naue, the famous Kujikuri. That's an activity that you can do where you can find different place in the world in mid-state. So those kind of activity are another way to progress and gain skill, gain experience. And it's not only about
Ah,
fighting.
you cheated! You already had that.
These are only 2. I said 5.
But you were so specific on that XP.
Yeah. This counts. This counts.
I mean, fair enough. You're gonna win.
Try to say, talking too long about one chest. Dude, this game ain't out for 4 months. We've got time. Yeah, that's right. 4 months sounds so long.
let's pause the trailer now and the stream,
Oh
and we
my
talk
God.
about the rest next week.
Oh. Yeah. Oh, people are like really invested about the chest. People are saying a skin for the Tanto, like a skin for your, yeah. Huh. We will find out.
Had in AC
Maybe a
some
new
sort
instrument.
of home base. In Shadows, we give you an acre of land, and we give
The most awesome part about the whole game.
Yeah, and I thought this was interesting as well. We didn't really touch on this.
The Assassin Village.
Yeah, no, this is like the hidden one's bureau maybe or something, right?
Mhm.
Or like assassin.
Yeah, might be the
bureau.
case. And
What do we see
mean,
here? Zoom in.
it's extremely flat. The whole settlement seems extremely flat, but it's kind of modular to build. So we got 2 assassins. Maybe those are the scouts or some assassins we can simply call to arms.
Yeah, Shinobi.
Yeah. Shinobi warriors of the world. Zoom. They are great.
There are 2, right? They're like...
Yeah,
What are they?
exactly.
Oh.
The 2 funny 3.
we give you the possibility to
That's the
build
best thing,
your
like
hideout like you
Building
want it.
Sim City. City Skylines 2.0.
So that's a
3.0.
way again of putting the player's adventure in full display to be able to see how they create life as they go in their adventure.
The journey ahead.
With Shadows,
The journey ahead. We're delaying the game. Goodbye.
we really
Bye-bye.
wanted to create a world that was dynamic. As you play, you're not in control of the seasons, of the weather. It just happens.
Yeah, what do you think about that?
That it just happens.
Yeah,
You're
we're not in control. We can meditate.
I mean, it's bad for choosing the proper season for our videos, but in terms of gameplay, it kind of makes sense. So you don't like really prepare your mission and choose your season and weather
Yeah, yeah.
accordingly, so you have an easy time. I think that would be. I mean, we already talked about that extensively on that whole seasonal management thing, and it was kind of one of the first episodes, I think. And I think, yeah, if you're able to choose it, then only after the end of the main game, main story, maybe. But as of now, it seems like we are not able to control it anyways. So curious.
We have someone in the chat, and before we end the video, let's Theo Pentel saying, "Are you guys getting parfait?" And that's a frozen dessert made from base of sugar, syrup, egg, and cream by Ubisoft. Because the more I watch the 2, Meyer, it looks like. I'm not sure what you're trying to say. I would suggest you take some grammar lessons first. And we did not get this frozen dessert from Ubisoft. And
Unfortunately, not.
all I want to say is, in this day and age, you just can't be fans of anything. I also, at the other podcast I do with Luke Stevens, will be up later today, a few hours. I was wearing...
You better don't fanboy.
I was wearing a t-shirt with a game name on it, and of
Dragon
course...
Ball, exactly.
No, not Dragon Ball. No, and I was sitting on an Assassin's Creed chair, and people were like, wow, he's the biggest shill ever because he has gaming gear. I'm like, you cannot do anything right.
It's either hate or love right now.
Parfait is a French word. You learn something every day. But I don't think this person tried that. Or maybe they are from...
Oh, that looks quite
France.
delicious. Oh, I just googled
it.
it.
Looks pretty good.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I would
thanks,
totally take it if Ubisoft offered.
They sadly did not. Okay, let's continue.
So this may change the way that you will approach your next mission, you know. So it's a little more organic in this way.
So that's really something that we try to embrace, not seeing the world always from the same perspective. So any moment that you're living could be a little bit of a unique moment that only you could have seen.
Okay.
I mean, that's kind of over advertising the seasonal thing with the moment that only we could have seen, but I kind of get the point there. Still advertising the seasons and the weather system.
Yeah, but next time we see it, I'm over it. It's done. Stop it.
With Dragon Ball or...
Yeah,
the
it's
weather
always
system.
done with Dragon Ball. No, I know people like it. We're just kidding about Dragon Ball. No, but yeah. What I wanted to say, thanks everyone for watching. We had a great time. We made something out of nothing, and I think we can applaud ourselves for that.
Don't get it,
don't
and if you get it, refund it.
Yeah, or get it and immediately, like even before it gets delivered, already get the refund, so they have something.
I think that's kind of illegal. I'm not sure, but yeah.
Okay, well, no. Then I did not.
Depends
say that.
on the country you're in, I think. Yeah.
But if you need something for your for your tea to put it on, like if you want to like protect your table, you need something for your fire.
I mean, yeah, it's a physical good.
You can fireplace. Use it. If your wood is
perfect.
Works
awesome
works
usage.
Great. And learn something about the game that could have been. Then go get it now. It's a waste of space. Okay, but thanks everyone for joining. That's what I wanted to say, and hopefully enjoying the show. Frankie boy, people should check you out. You can click on the title of the stream, and then
I also made a Witcher video. This is so awesome.
Wow, you
should play The Witcher at some point.
You're such a fanboy, man.
In one episode of the Assassins cast, you need to play The Witcher. And everybody's like surprised what this dude doing. Yeah.
Okay. Well, one day there will be a Witcher 4. So.
It will be.
Yeah.
All right.
Okay, and totally tune in next time to find out.
And come in.
What's in the box? What's in the box? We will probably, when the game is out, maybe forget about this. So we should not forget about this box.
We will scroll through all our predictions when the game is out. So
yeah. Then we'll figure it out again. But I do think this will be now photographed in my mind. So when I reach it in the game, I will be like, and then I will text you immediately.
I will text you as well.
Yeah, when we get it. Of course, if you find it, let us know as well. For the next stream, just play the modded GOT.
All right.
All right. Yeah, okay, we're gonna leave. Thanks everyone for joining. Thanks Brock, of course, for being the mod.
Let's speak to you in the next one.